So this has got to be probably the cheapest Vantage that is whole and works properly in the world. We picked this car up for, ready? Not $44,000, not $34,000. What's up, JR Garage? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to cloudy, overcast Seattle, Washington, where, as promised last video, today's the day we reveal our new sports car.
Yes, you remember one of the major hints that we gave last video was that it is a brand that we have not yet had the pleasure of owning.
So without further ado, we introduce you to our new 2008 Aston Martin Vantage. So there you guys have it, our new Aston Martin. It feels really good saying that. Like we said, we've never owned an Aston Martin. We've driven a couple and they are really, really good cars. The craftsmanship, hand built in England. They really have the heritage and the decades and decades of experience building unique sports cars.
Yeah, yep. And I was the major proponent of an Aston Martin Vantage like this. I've been keeping my eye out for a long time and I just really, really love the car. The lines of the car look amazing. This being a convertible, I also love for these kind of like humps, the speedster humps on the back, I think look awesome.
Love that
just
feature.
Living in Arizona with the top down, showing off this unique interior being kind of a terracotta kind of color over the midnight blue paint. And I was thinking this might be one of my favorite factory paints on a car. It is blue in the light, but black at night. When we were just pulling up to the car, it was overcast like this and it almost looked like gunmetal gray.
So it definitely changes quite a bit depending on the lighting, so that's super cool. And then this interior, this is a very rare spec. Not many Astons come with this. Yeah, kind of like terracotta. It's almost like the fox red like we have in the M3. Definitely, you guys know us, we like unique specs and this definitely checks that box. We got the red, we got the huge red brake calipers. They look great with this interior, with the upgraded wheels, by the way.
Came off of the 09 Plus models. This interior is, and the color combination was really hard to find on an Aston.
Obviously, you know us. We don't buy a car unless it's a really good deal and we think we can make money on it. While Christian has been watching the market for a while, we haven't been able to pull the trigger because no deal has come along that's just made perfect sense. But with this car, you see the thumbnail, wherever we said it, we picked this car up for, ready? Not $44,000, not $34,000, $24,000. All in, all done. No fees, no shipping, because we're literally driving it home.
Yeah, exactly.
Mind blown.
Yep. Pretty incredible to find an Aston Martin like this with the spec, clear tail lights, like all these things are off of a later car. Even the rear bumper is a more sporty version, as well as the front bumper. And there's nothing to do on this car. Maybe we'll do an oil change before we really hit the road.
So this has got to be probably the cheapest Vantage that is whole, not currently crashed, and works properly in probably the world. 24 grand.
Yeah, and that you can drive back home cross country comfortably. Over the first couple miles that I got to drive it, it was so nice. Transmission is smooth. I love it.
We just finished up completing the deal with the owner, like title, ours, everything ours, 24 grand, his. Now we have a car. Now you guys are wondering, how can it be 24K? Really, it's not even a catch, but the only thing is, it does have a rebuilt title. So it was rear-ended at one point, super minor. I know everyone says their accidents were minor.
Watch this, we'll throw up the pictures.
Here's the before picture. You can clearly see it was very minimal. It just needed like a rear bumper. And one thing that's interesting, when it sold at auction wrecked, it sold for $26,000 and change. Add on auction fees, you know, 27, 28, they paid for it. And then the cost to fix it up, they're in it well over 30 grand. And here we paid 24 just a little bit later. Get behind the wheel. You guys want to see what this thing drives like. I want to see what it drives like. Christian drove it 2 miles here, but now it's my turn to drive. How does the single clutch do? How does the 4.3 liter V8 feel? If you know this car, you understand it's not meant to be the fastest car out there. It's not meant to be the best handling car out there, while it does handle really good. The point is, it sounds terrific. You're looking stylish driving anywhere you go. You turn heads, reliable engine, transmission less so. It's a single clutch transmission. So this one has already had the clutch replaced, I think, so that's good. One less thing that we don't need to do. But there you go. All right, let's hit the road. 3, 2, 1, fire in the hole. Pretty tame. stock exhaust. Nice little rumble. There's some neighbors over there. We don't want to get them too mad, but let's hit the road. Maiden voyage after the 2 miles to get it here. Fingers crossed everything's good. And if we didn't say already, we have to drive this 8 hours tonight. It's literally afternoon now. We're gonna be pulling in super late tonight into Big Fork, Montana. Every year we go out to Montana. Our dad's from there, is 7 brothers and sisters. So a ton of fun things to do every summer. So it just so happened to work out where we could buy this, pick it up, so that we have a cool toy to drive around in Montana, which is also risky because the closest Aston Martin dealership to Big Fork, Montana is this one, 8 hours away.
Yeah.
Probably not the best idea, but here we go anyway.
So we are familiar with F1 transmissions with our Ferrari 355. That was kind of the first gen. That was like the first car to pioneer the F1 transmission, the automated manual. We also have an F430, which would be really similar to this car also. But the best one would probably still be our LP560's E-gear that it had. That would blip the throttle on downshifts like crazy and be really, really sharp. This one's good too. I mean, it blips the throttle a little bit and it'll hit you hard.
Yeah, but
that's good. I love it. So they stuck with this transmission for quite a long time, all the way up till 2015 or later.
46,000 miles, if we didn't say that already. So the suspension's pretty smooth. No weird shakes or rattles. Like, anyone looking at this car would think it's a $45,000 car, and here we paid $24,000. Normally when you buy the cheapest car in the world,
you don't drive it home.
Yeah, you don't drive it home and terrible things happen.
You don't need anything faster than that.
So yeah, we don't want it breaking down in like the middle of nowhere, Idaho at 1 a.m. tonight, so we're gonna take it easy. But tomorrow, we're gonna be in Montana. We'll have 9 hours of shakedown with the car, and then we'll really be able to put it to the test. So stay tuned for that a little later this video. So anyway, we're gonna try to find a place to do an oil change, and then we're gonna get hitting the highway, and we'll get into a little edit of Washington, Idaho, Montana. Should be pretty pretty.
Scenic beauty.
Yeah. That's nothing, by the way. See you guys. Alright, here's your update, guys. It's a few hours later now. We're closing in on Spokane, Washington, and Christian had the bright idea to try out the car's very advanced navigation system. So I flipped up the screen, which has probably never been flipped up in the past 10 years, and I go to enter our address in Montana, and here's the funky little doodad pin pad here. So watch when I hit enter. It says address not covered by map disc. Literally all of Montana is blocked from navigation. That's kind of like racist. I mean, statist. That's messed up. So anyway, that's that. No navigation for us. We're gonna have to rely on our archaic iPhone 10s. Okay, let's get to Montana.
2 hours later.
One last update for the night. We finally made it into Idaho. I don't know what city we're in, but we're in Idaho, and we're getting some cheap gas. Look at this. Premium is only $2.88, which is a great deal. So we went 315 miles, and it used 16.53 gallons to do that. So 315 divided by 16.53 equals 19.05. 19 mpg, not bad for going through the mountains of Washington, Idaho, and getting to where we are now. So that's pretty good. And look at that blue paint. Oh man, it's so cool when you hit it in the different lights. So anyway, let's get to Montana. It's already 10:46 p.m. We're getting awfully tired, but we're 3 hours, 30 minutes away. And then tomorrow we'll go show the car to all the family members and cousins, and should be a fun day.
Day 3.
All right guys, it is 48 hours later now. We just finished up here in Big Fork, Montana for the 4th of July, hanging out with all the family. What an amazing time. Look at this just pristine beauty. We were hiking that mountain back there earlier this morning. So much fun to spend time with the family and just really unplug. There's no signal anywhere around here. You're pretty much off the grid, so that's cool too. But we got the Aston Martin here. It made it the whole trip. Christian, how was that 8-hour drive? You did the last leg from 2 to 4 a.m.
Yeah, it was getting pretty late at the end because we were taking all those pit stops to shoot footage with the car. But we did make it.
Mission for right now. It's getting a little late, so we're gonna end the vlog here tonight, but we're gonna at least hit the road and get going up toward Browning, Montana, which is where our aunt has the 10,000 acre cattle ranch where we really do whatever we want every year. You guys remember that from past years, driving the trucks, ATVs, shooting guns, all that kind of stuff. Fun things like that. So we're gonna head that direction. And also, do we pass by Mexico on the way up there?
I think we do.
I think we do. Yeah, we kind of swoop down a little bit of Mexico.
Not
Canada. Yeah, Canada for sure. So stay tuned for that in just a second here. But anyway, a little cinematic, get it going through some beautiful mountains, and then before the sun sets, we'll get those flybys and do some full pulls with the Vantage and see how the cheapest Vantage in the world holds up. It's held up great so far. Gets like 500 miles we've put on it, trouble-free, which is, we were thinking something would go wrong, but
from Seattle to here is not off the beaten path at all compared to where we're going.
Yeah, this is about to get intense. Let's get a little cold start action. Key fob here. It's kind of weird how at the end it's got all these little ticks and little squares. You put it in neutral, hit the engine start. All right, let's go top down and go check out beautiful scenic Montana. So it's getting dark now. It gets dark super late up here, believe it or not. It's 10 o'clock, almost 10 o'clock, and it's still light outside. We're about halfway through Browning. Glacier National Park is right there. Seeing the bear was crazy.
I've seen you just having so much fun over there, carving these tight turns, following the river for a bit was super cool.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I could get used to this.
So what do you guys think? The $24,000 Aston Martin? Comment down below. Would you have bought it if the deal was offered to you? Do you think that's a good deal? What do you think about the car? What do you think mods wise? Exhaust is pretty great stock, but you guys always like straight piping exhaust and different wheels. I kind of like these wheels, but it's up to you. We want to hear your thoughts on modifications down below.
So stay tuned for the next video. Last year, going to Browning, we were taking the Tesla Model 3, worrying about charging, and when we took the Model X, worrying about running out of charge. So this car, don't have that to worry about. However, we just have reliability to worry about.
Like I said, we're really in the middle of nowhere. We're on our own. So stay tuned for next video where we get up to the ranch, have some fun, drive back to Billings, and then somehow get this car home. So there's a lot going on the channel, and then we're gonna get back reunited with all the cars, the Boxster, the Gallardo, the 430, all that crazy stuff. But it's so fun to have a sports car like this in Montana where you can do whatever you want, nobody cares, you stand out like crazy. The amount of attention and smiles that we've been putting on people's faces is great. You know, kids looking at the car wondering what it is. So us explaining that's a hand-built British car, probably one of the only ones in this area of Montana for sure, without a doubt. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, what do you guys think? How should we get it back down to Arizona? Should we make that drive? Should we ship it, keep the miles off of it? That's something to think about. There are some cool stops in between. Maybe we could stop by, hit Stradman and some of the other guys along the way. That could be cool.
Boom. All right, well, there you guys have it. Stay tuned for the next video. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see what you guys think of this car in the comments section down below. Take care. Have a great rest of your night. See you.
Say that it feels right.